Hey guys, what's happening? RadioParker, and I decided to go ahead and start doing video blogs because generally I do gameplay videos, but I did a couple videos that were not gameplay, that were me sitting and talking, and way more people watch those. So I figured I'd throw these in every Monday. And today I'm going to talk about value and DLC because that seems to be like a pretty big issue that people are talking about these days. Specifically, a lot of it has been surrounding a game that came out not that long ago called Evolve, which is going kind of crazy with the DLC stuff, and now everybody's saying, well, is it worth it? Are you getting your value? Why are they having all this DLC like on day one when the game just came out? Obviously, you could have put it in the game, but you're putting it separate and charging more money for it. So I thought I'd weigh in on that, and here's what I have to say. Starting off with the value of the game. If it doesn't matter to me how much work went into a game, it doesn't matter to me how much the game cost, as long as when I play it, I feel like I got my money's worth. Let's say that the game was put together by a little tiny studio and the production value is not so great and the graphics are not so great and it didn't take them very long to make, but the game is a blast to play and I put tons of hours into it. Well then, it was worth it to me. That's value. Like example of that I've been playing recently and I have videos of, Hand of Fate. Hand of Fate is a game done by a little tiny studio, and I think that they did, before they did PC and Xbox games and PS4 games, they did mobile games. And this is their first, bigger picture game, and it's not the greatest. It doesn't have the greatest production value. Probably didn't cost them a ton of money to make, and it only cost $20 to buy. But I feel like I got way more than $20 worth out of it because I freaking love it, and it's fun, and it's a blast for me to play. So it's value. It doesn't really, it doesn't matter how much went into the game. It matters how much I get out of it. To me, that's my opinion on it. So let's move that over to Evolve, right? People are complaining that, well, it only launched with a couple of game modes and it didn't launch with all of the characters that are going to be there. They're going to have downloadable content characters and monsters and stuff like that. And they already have downloadable content skins and things for weapons. Now, did they go a little too far? Yeah, kinda, because they're charging you like $2 or $3 to make your gun a different color, which is a little crazy. That's the type of stuff that you would generally see thrown into a game anyway. Like if you play long enough, you can unlock that, stuff like that. So yeah, they went a little overboard on the paying for skins and stuff like that. But I'm just not going to buy them. You know what? I still love the game. The game is fun. I get my $60 of value out of the core game, no matter how much they put into it or decided to not put into it. For me, I spent a lot of hours on it. And to put that into perspective, let's say, for instance, let's say I go to the bar, right? If I go to the bar, then I'm spending at least $20-$30 if I'm at the bar for 3 or 4 hours, okay? At least. Probably more, let's be honest. Maybe you don't know me, but if you did, probably more. So there's $20-$30, let's call it 30 for 3 or 4 hours at the bar. Now double that to make it $60, and that's about 8 hours, 7 or 8 hours of entertainment for $60. This game I've played far more than 7 or 8 hours, regardless of how many modes or how many characters and stuff it released with. So for me, for the type of money I usually spend, that's a great value. I'm putting, probably you can, by the time I'm done with this game, you'll measure it in days, how many days I played rather than hours, like I do with when I play Call of Duty or something like that, or Battlefield or whatever. So it's all about value, man. If it's not valuable, what I don't understand are the people who won't play a game if there's no campaign. They'll say, well, it's all multiplayer. They didn't spend the time on making a campaign. For me, time-wise, there's no value to that. Because how long is a campaign for one of those games usually? Like 6 to 8 hours, right? And I'm breaking this down, statistics-wise, right? Let's look at the numbers. So let's say the campaign's 6 to 8 hours, and you're the guy that's like, oh, I won't buy the game unless it's got the campaign. That's what I play most of the, that's what I mostly buy it for. All right, so you bought it for 6 to 8 hours of content and you spent $60 on it, and to you that's worth it. To me, that's not worth it. Your values are a little different than mine. To me, it's the stuff that I'm going to be playing for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours that make it valuable to me. The people who go crazy over the fact that they're missing an extra 6 or 8 hours, I don't get it. They're crazy in my mind. You're different than me. Everybody's different, but whatever. So yeah, that's kind of my little spiel on DLC and value and stuff like that. Again, the example that I'm using, because everybody's going crazy about it, is Evolve. And yeah, they went nuts with the DLC, man. I'm just not going to buy it. And if it's not valuable to you, don't buy it. Right? That's capitalism. That's, America, or a lot of countries where you might be watching this video. That's how it works. If people are willing to throw down the cash, then that's what they're going to charge for it. And can you be mad at them for that? I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I want things to be cheap because I don't want to spend a lot of my money on stuff, but that's how business works, man. If I had a business and I was selling stuff, I wouldn't sell it. I would sell it so I made the most money. That's the point of my business. I would want to make money. I would want to be rich. I probably wouldn't get rich using the model that they're using because no one's buying their DLC, as I can see. When I'm playing the game, it doesn't look like anybody's using the skins that they have for sale and stuff like that. And as I said, I put a few hours into it, not really noticing a lot of that happening. So I would imagine they're not selling a whole lot. And, that's where everybody's like, well, don't even buy the game. Well, if you want to play the game, buy the game. But just don't buy the downloadable content if that's what's making you angry. Try and look at it this way. Let's say they didn't release any of the DLC, and the game still released the way it is, as is, but there were no DLC options. Would you be as angry? I don't think you would. Again, this is just me hypothesizing. I don't know. I don't know you. But I have a feeling if the DLC stuff wasn't even there, didn't even exist, you'd be like, oh, okay, sure, I'll pay $60 for this game, and it's got what I want, and I'm going to play it for X number of hours, etc., etc. So I've rambled on for quite some time about DLC and value and stuff like that, and that's just my opinion on it. Obviously, everyone is welcome to their own. If you have an opinion that is much different than mine, please put it down in the comments down there, and I respond to everybody. I have that kind of time, so if you would like to argue and yell, etc., etc., that's what the internet's for. Please go right ahead, put it down there, and I will be talking to you sooner rather than later. I'll see you.